videotaping. The whole experience. Yeah, you can. It's on the website. It's on TSA's website.
Hey, Maxine.
This is already against the Fourth Amendment. This now you're trying to go against my First. That's why you guys have cameras. That's why you're allowed to do it. We're allowed to do it too.
Gentleman feels he has the right to record.
It's on the TSA website. I checked before I came.
You can record outside.
No, you can record the whole process. The only thing you can't do is record what's on the screens. That's the only thing you can't do.
And I understand that. However, you probably cannot walk through that. You have to check the website as well.
You can put this through the...
You have to put it in.
Oh yeah, and then I can get it after.
Yes, you can.
Okay.
No problem.
Yeah, but that's not what he was telling me. To be continued. Hello everybody. So I just got back a couple days ago from my 4th of July vacation. And I chose to videotape my experience going through TSA. Because I refuse to ever go through the machine, put your hands in the air, because, you know, fuck you. You better catch me doing something really freaking bad for me to have to do that. And so I opted out as usual, but I don't usually videotape it. And I'm going to start always videotaping it because the reaction was pretty damn hilarious. But I'm going to this segment right here because you just saw Maxine, the short black lady, TSA agent, say that because the only issue she has now that she's seen, I'm aware that I do have, that as a gentleman of the United States, citizen, I do have the right to film, as the fat dude thought I didn't. And it was very funny because it was 3rd of July. I was on my way for 4th of July. It just, you know, a little bit, kind of, yeah. So you heard her say that, okay, all we need you to do is clear the camera, because the camera isn't clear. And so you have to put that through the x-ray, and then right after it goes through the x-ray, you can grab it, and then continue videotaping. But the only thing we need is for you to put it through the x-ray. Well, guess what? I put it through the x-ray, and guess who's waiting at the end? This fat Hispanic dude, whatever he is, the asshole. And first thing he does is he grabs my camera. That's all he goes for. He grabs it in, and I had just been told by a TSA agent that they're aware I have the right to videotape, and I was just told that I can go grab it right after it goes through and continue what I'm doing. Well, he starts to say, no, I can't, and creates quite a scene. But I wasn't overzealous or freaking out or anything. I was very calm because I knew I was in the right. I have no reason to freak out. I know I'm right. And and he literally holds it, and he's holding it in the bucket, and I go to grab it. Like, I'm kind of like trying to hope that this guy has some humility, that he just saw this interaction go down, and he understands I do have the right. And I'm just hoping that, okay, we'll turn this into you're handing me my camera. No. So I go to get it, and he literally plays the dodge game, where he goes and dodges it. Dodge is giving it to me. And so then I start saying, why are you holding my camera hostage from me right now? And then he just starts to sit. Then he starts to talk about the no-fly list, how he's saying we're different than the police, that we don't have we don't swear an oath to anything. And he's literally going into like how he doesn't have to follow the rules of America. And so that's what you're about to see. And you're going to see when the film comes back on, it's after the floor manager, whatever the hell they're called, the boss of that fucking square, of that area. And she comes by and has to, and she's already, she's not too happy because she starts to be like, well, I don't want my face on film, blah blah blah, and I was like, that's fine, that's fine. I'm willing, just to make this a little bit less dramatic for everybody, I'm willing to have it videotaping us from behind, like, you know, kind of at a side angle, so it won't have his face whatsoever. I don't mind doing that. And he just is not cool with it. And he literally started bowing up to me and saying, I live for guys like this, I live for guys like this guy, and literally threatened to attack me. And was saying, oh, I'm gonna, like, literally said that. And the woman had to say, that you're about to see in the film, she had to say, get out of here. Like, they kept having to put their arms in front of him and then had to say, you gotta get out of here. Because she said to him, I can't stop him from filming. You know, because she just knows the basic rules. And then she's being okay. And then, you know, it's just a GoPro. It's a little square camera. They were trying to first tell me, you got to have someone else videotape for you. I'm like, excuse me? The whole point of this is to have a witness. I'm by myself. If I had someone with me, I wouldn't really even need the camera as much as I did before, because you're about to molest me, you know? And so if I had someone here, I wouldn't need a camera quite as much as I do now, because I have a human who could testify as a witness. But right now I'm by myself, which means I really need a video camera, because there's no one else to hold this for me. And so there's the poles, the stands that have the ropes that pull out, and they're like this big on the top, and the GoPro's like this big, so it's perfect to balance it on it. So I'm like, okay, I can just balance it on that or something, and that'll be fine. I don't, you know, they're like, oh, well, you don't have a bipod and shit. I'm like, yeah, I don't have a bipod for a GoPro that's 6 feet tall going through security. And her logic for not letting me use it was that it was her property. And she's going to say it again, right, when the film starts up again, because when they had me surrounded, they had about 5 TSA agents all around me before this. And I kept saying, because they had my camera behind, this was moments before she walked up, because she was like, well, where's your camera? And I'm like, it's back there, because they're holding it hostage. But before that, they all had me surrounded, and I kept exclaiming. I said, the only reason you guys you're not letting me have my camera right now is because what you're doing right now. You don't want this on film because you know that this is incriminating. You know what you're doing is wrong. And I kept saying that. And then she came and I said that, and she's like, well, what do you mean? Where's your camera? Just get your camera out. And I was like, it's over there. They have not allowed me to go get it. If I went to go get it, they would accuse me of something. And then they were trying to make, and that same black lady, Maxine, the same one was saying, well, you're not clear, so you can't use the camera. Well, it's like, I'm not cleared yet, but look, I'm holding my passport. I could have gunpowder in this thing and whatever, the fucking rocks in there to rub it together, and I could make this thing light up in a flash of fire and throw it at your face, and oh my god, the terrorist. Like, don't pull that bullshit. If I'm not queer, guess what that means? That means you have to watch me. I could fucking be walking a dog. I could be doing whatever. If you're watching me, it's as good as it's gonna get, okay? So you watch me, and that means I can hold this little thing, because this GoPro has been cleared. You guys looked at it through an X-ray machine. It's not a bomb. So it's clear, you're watching me, I'm as clear as it's ever gonna get, but until you shove your fingers up my ass or whatever, and, yeah, so that was very annoying that they were trying to use that logic, they were trying to, like, attempting to be lawyers, and as we all know, most TSA agents cannot be lawyers, will not be lawyers. It's not a legal thing, they just, 99.9%, they're not going to do it. Don't ask me why, you can figure that out for yourself. But, so then she came over, the manager, and she started saying that I can't prop my camera up on something because it's her property. And I was saying, no, it's not your property. This is the U.S. government property. And I'm like, the reason I can film here is because this is a public area, and you work for the U.S. government, which gets its funding from me and other U.S. citizens. We're paying for this shit. So it's our property, which means when we're in these places, like, I can put my hand on the hand railing. I can sit on the chair. I can put my bag on the chair. I'm allowed to do that. I could put my camera on the chair. and she refused to acknowledge this, and she kept saying that this is my house. She's like, this is my house. You're not talking to me like this in my house. This is my house. And I have to start saying, no, this is not your house. Like, come on. Like, it really felt like I had just gone in a time machine back to Nazi Germany. And, yeah. So that was that. And I will let the video tell the rest of the story. Alright. Peace. Hope all of you had a great 4th of July. And keep videotaping, because it was so funny, like how shocked these people were that someone had a GoPro. Like, come on, we got the technology, let's do it, and let's catch them being stupid. And don't let them do to you what they did to me. Because next time when they tell me I gotta put it through, I'm just gonna leave that motherfucker filming. Just leave it filming through the X-ray. It's probably the shot is gonna get all fuzzy and whatever, but whatever, man. It'll just be cool part of the footage. So. Now you have an idea of what went on in between, because it was a good, like, almost 10 minutes by the time me turning this video off and then being able to turn it back on. So I hope I didn't jump around too much. I hope you get a gist of what was going on. Basically, you know what happened. They tried to tell me, as the guy even said, this gentleman believes he has the right to film. It's like, where are we? What country did I just walk into by going past this into this little room? But yeah, watch this. Peace.
This is not your house. This is the U.S. government. The government owns it. I'm a U.S. citizen. But I'm a U.S. citizen.
Do you want to get out of here or not?
Yeah, but I want to do it legally.
You're doing everything legally, and I'm
doing
telling you
legally.
also.
I'm going legal.
Yes.
I'm saying there's a U.S. government
So I'm waiting
property.
for you to
But you're
shut
saying
up.
it's yours.
Yes.
But it's
I
not
control
yours.
this checkpoint.
Yes, but you don't own that
I
chair.
don't want your thing.
If you don't own anything, you can't
Sir,
say my property.
You are like wasting so much time.
Who cares?
I
don't
care.
care.
I got other stuff to do.
Well,
Would you set up your camera the way you want it so
Right.
we can get this over with? I don't want it on my stuff. Put it on the floor.
Can I lean it? Like that?
Okay. Are you gonna listen to him?
Yeah. I've never opposed it. You guys are aware, because you had to make him walk away. He was making a move. Alright.
Yeah,
No opinion?
No, I just came to work.
Do it.
Came to work.
That's good. But
Just walked into this place.
I know. I saw you were looking at him like, what are you doing, man?
Okay,
So I'm aware you're a normal human being. You're not trying to fight me.
No.
He wanted to fight me. That was so strange.
Well, since you opted out, I was told you opted out. If you opt out, you have to go to the
I know.
Alright, have you ever done this? Yeah. You have to do this here or in private? Right here. Come on. Do you have any ends that might be sensitive to the touch?
My penis is sensitive.
That's not. Okay. At one point of the process, I'll be taking one hand on the outside of the leg, one hand on the inside of the leg, going up and down.
Okay.
At one point of the process, I'll use the back of my hand, going to the sensitive area. Regardless of going in, sliding, just
Try
sliding.
not to touch my foot.
Okay.
I mean, you have a job of rubbing me, so I'm going to tell you. You're asking me about sensitive areas. Those are them, so...
I know you're upset.
No, he was more upset than me. He wanted to fight, and I didn't.
Like I said, I'm just here.
So you asked me a question about my sensitive areas.
You said your penis.
Yeah.
Your butthole.
Yeah. You said you're going to butt talk.
I didn't say I was going to.
You said butt talk, so I'm going to tell you that's part of it, and that's the most sensitive part.
Okay. But just to let you know, I will not be touching your
Well,
butthole.
and the only reason I say it is because I've been through this before. He has gone so far. And that's happened at TSA, so I have a personal experience. I should be able to talk for him. So I just did.
But okay, you understand that might be to say something.
Although I don't know.
When you want to implement your life, at one point in the process, I'll be checking your waistband.
Yeah.
And also your collar. Alright. Give me a second here, I'll play glove. Be on wall stuff. you show them the car. Perfect. Like I said, I'm gonna start off with you show them now. There's a monitor. Lower your arm.
Alright, that was TSA Agent King, and he is the only one who didn't let a costume and a plastic badge inflate his ego whatsoever. He seemed pretty like a normal human being who knew he was just doing a job for the US government, and he knew when you work for the government and you accept taxpayer money for your income, that you are, when you're on the job at least, you can be recorded. It's not against the law. And they even say it on their website, but then they trick you and make you put your camera through the x-ray machine, and obviously you gotta turn it off because it's electric. Then when you get out, they hold it hostage, and then they start being very aggressive towards you and want to fight, and they hold the camera hostage so that they can get away with this stuff and not have it on film. So I just learned another lesson about them. Bye-bye.